Hey, welcome back everyone. I hope everyone out there is having an amazing 4th of July today, and ever since the release of the Kenobi TV series, a lot of Star Wars fans have been focusing on other TV shows out there, like Mando 3 and 4 that are being worked on back-to-back by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, as well as the Acolyte TV series, just to name a few out there of what's being worked on by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that yes, we already know that Disney Plus Day and D23, these two big events that are coming up in the near future, are going to be very much crucial to announcing all of the new Star Wars TV shows, as well as at Star Wars Celebration in Europe that's going to take place in 2023. Looking forward to that very much as well. Now, on top of all of this, one thing that a lot of fans have been very much interested about is, of course, everything rooted to what's been going on with the Disney Star Wars universe as a whole, and how both Filoni and Favreau are dragging in new Star Wars Legends material that's really going to interact with the current canon, and exactly how they can create the proper balance of really moving forward with all of these new stories. Now, we already know that Pedro Pascal is very busy with The Mandalorian Season 4 as we speak. They're preparing that season already. Jon Favreau is writing along very well, going over the scripts with Jon Favreau, and really getting prepped for what's about to happen on Mandalore and more. So with that being said, however, this all dwindles down to a situation involving Pedro Pascal, alright, and exactly how this is going to tie directly to the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series as well, and the overall Star Wars fandom. Now, of course, at no surprise here, on top of all of that, recently Lucasfilm has been developing their roadmap of new Star Wars TV shows and movies to arrive on Disney Plus that will bring Star Wars back to its roots. Now, it's noted that in a recent interview, however, with actor Pedro Pascal, when he was being questioned about The Mandalorian Season 3, Pascal was eventually questioned about the fan backlash of the Kenobi TV show, to where he was able to state the following: "I just don't get it, man. I mean, here you have one of the greatest characters of all time coming back to Star Wars, and all the fans do is complain. They never find anything good and always focus on the negative, and it's almost and absolutely sickening, not just to people enjoying the show, but to the creators who made the series. I have not seen one shred of proof that suggests that these actual episodes of the show broke any form of canon, or that it was edited badly, or that the writing was terrible. I have seen none of that. These fans, who are a loud minority by the way, don't know what they are talking about and need to realize that Star Wars is not just for the fans. It's for casual audiences that are also getting into these shows and becoming fans. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this series. I thought it was a solid 10 out of 10, and I even enjoyed it more than the series I am involved in. So I actually favored Kenobi over Mando, and that really says something surprising to me. People need to calm down and realize that these shows, such as Kenobi, did nothing wrong with the Star Wars lore, or the canon, whatever you call it. It's absolutely sickening to me to see fans hating on characters like Reva, who by the way is absolutely amazing and scarier than Darth Vader." Alright, hold up. Now, this is where Pedro Pascal is wrong. I don't know about you guys. You guys can have your opinion, that's perfectly fine. Hey, we're all human beings at the end of the day, but Reva being scarier than Vader? Are you kidding me? I mean, that just falls way out of line. That makes no sense at all. Either Pedro Pascal is being forced to say this by Disney executives, which honestly I don't think is the case, because Pedro Pascal, all respect to him as a person, but he does not know what he's talking about when it comes to the fans, when it comes to Star Wars in general. He says a lot of offensive things to the fandom. He says a lot of bad things about the community. He always says that the fans raising their voices and their opinions are a very small minority, where in reality it is indeed a majority. I know a lot of casual fans out there that don't know much about Star Wars, and they even disliked the Kenobi TV series. So what does that really tell you, right? So moving forward with all of this, Pedro Pascal labeling Reva as scarier than Vader, I think it just goes to show you that he doesn't really know what he's talking about. So moving on forward from that, alright, he goes on to say the following: She was very intimidating to me, and even made my friend's child afraid of her more than Vader in the series. Not sure if that's true or not. I gave all credit to Joby Harold and Deborah Chow to doing the best directing and writing I have seen in Star Wars in years. I got the chance to watch the prequels before I joined the Mandalorian crew, and I have to admit I enjoyed the Kenobi series a whole lot more than all of the prequel movies. Alright, again, people can have their opinions, that's perfectly fine, but this is sounding like he either is being told by Disney to say this, or he's just absolutely out of touch with Star Wars and reality. Clearly, the Kenobi series is not better than the prequel trilogy movies at all. And that's just my opinion. If you guys disagree with that, hey, that's fine and all. If you guys agree with Pascal, that's perfectly a-okay. But the point being is this, is that it just seems like he's really raving about the Kenobi TV series on an overboard level, to the point where it's coming across as very inauthentic, unrealistic, and just doesn't seem to be truthful, and it really sounds like some kind of PR stunt. Now, when you look at everything related to the Kenobi show, and I've talked about this before, I think that in its entirety, it's a weak series, and there's a reason behind that, because Kathleen Kennedy had a very big hand in the show, because she had creative control over the Kenobi movie scripts before she was actually let go from her creative power over at LUCASFILM in 2021. So you can see how a lot of her creative power from the Kenobi movies transferred over to the Kenobi series. So there are good points, good parts in this show. There are. You know, it has a couple of scenes here and there that are great, just as Attack of the Clones has scenes that are great, like Dooku fighting Yoda and Anakin and Kenobi fighting Dooku. Prime example, even though a lot of people back then disliked Attack of the Clones, regardless, back then when people did not like that movie, they loved, absolutely loved that lightsaber duel on Geonosis. There's no lying about that. So, moving forward, alright, Pascal goes on to conclude, alright, and it makes me sick, it really does. It's clear now that they just put pressure on creators for no reason at all, for shows that are very well written with these roles that promote diversity. Oh, he's pulling the diversity card again, which is great and all, I love that, but I feel bad for the creators getting so much flack for doing kind things to kind people. It just is so hard to know that this exists in the world, and especially with Star Wars fans. I would like to know what fans have issues with this show, because as far as I see, there are none. I thought Reva was the best character in the show. She really took over the intimidating nature of Vader, which I never thought would be made possible with a new character like her. Now, here's the thing about this, alright? The thing about Kenobi is that it has a lot of weak points, alright? They put Inquisitors in there, they barely used the Inquisitors, they focused only on Reva. That's another point I had to bring up, is that Reva is just a very shoehorned character. They brought back Inquisitors, alright? They brought in Inquisitors, I should say, for the Kenobi series. Yet they barely even focused on the fourth sister, fifth brother, and Grand Inquisitor. Barely. You know, sure, Grand Inquisitor got, like, you know, a cool scene in the first episode, I will agree. Then he just gets stabbed in episode 2, and that really kind of opened up a gateway to what was going on here. You know, it's obvious that Reva was taking over the whole role of the Inquisitor hype, and that was all drained out immediately. So overall, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.